Before discussing the rules and regulations of ruqya, we need to know whether self-ruqyah can be done for jinn problems or not. The answer is yes. Many people get cured by doing ruqya on their own, Alhamdulillah. But in many cases, the matter becomes very difficult. For this reason, if we can guess that there is a jinn problem, then we advise you to have someone do ruqya directly. Secondly, a very important thing is that as long as someone else does ruqya, for as long as they do it, it is to support you, to cooperate. After that, you have to do it yourself. You should not just rely on the ruqya of others. We have discussed these many times before. However, today's topic is, what can a jinn-affected patient or the patient's family do if they cannot find someone experienced in ruqya or a professional ruqya? First, you should know, those who are ruqya are not from another planet. They are also human beings like you. If you know how to do ruqya, then if you try, you can also do ruqya for others. So the first thing you should do is read these things carefully from our site, Facebook group, TI book, about the rules of doing ruqya for jinn. What to do is self-ruqyah after direct ruqya. Then try to do ruqya for a sick person in your family. Go to the nearest mosque or madrasa and talk to a teacher, senior student, or imam muazzin. If you can explain the rules of ruqya to a hafez or scholar, or teach them from a book or the web, then it will be quite easy for them. Besides, many people do not benefit fully because their recitation is not correct, in which case you can go to the nearby scholars and say, it would be better if you read these verses and blow on some water. Many patients do this regularly. If necessary, they gave them some gifts and they also liked it. You can hope that even if the scholars you know in your area are not very skilled in ruqya, they will be more sincere than professional ruqyas, God willing. Even if they take some money as remuneration, they will not take as much as the professionals. 3. The next tasks are their own. The patient should perform self-ruqyah according to his/her own ability, and if possible, the family members should perform ruqyah directly from time to time. If necessary, you can consult someone regularly when performing ruqyah, and you can prepare a guide for self-ruqyah. Listen to as much ruqyah as possible every day, at least 3 hours, which will include Surah Baqarah and 8 Surah Ruqyah, Surah Yasin, Safat, Dukhan, Jinn, Zilzal, Ikhlas, Falaq, and Nas, Surah Ali Imran, Tawbah, Kahf, Maryam, Hamim Sajda, Fusilat, Ar-Rahman, Mulk, Takwir, Infitar, Buruj, Tariq, Ala, and the last 15 surahs. If you have a problem with the lava gene type, or if you are sexually tortured by the jinn, then you should listen to Ruqya Zina, Surah Yusuf, and Surah Nur, along with these surahs. And for a few days, you should do ruqya of magic of addiction or subjugation. In addition, recite as much as possible. If someone cannot listen to the ruqya properly, then recite it yourself for 45 minutes to an hour. And in between, Surah Baqarah should be recited more if possible. 80 to 100 verses of Surah Baqarah, more if possible. In addition, if you want, you can also recite Surah Yasin, Safat, Dukhan, Mulk, Jinn. If reading the mentioned surahs is too difficult, you can repeat Ikhlas, Falaq, Nas, and Ayatul Kursi repeatedly every day. 3. Read the verses of the ruqya, prayers, blessings, etc. Blow on the water and drink it every day. Take a bath. If you want, you can also blow on honey and black cumin seeds and eat it. You can use it on the head or on the painful area by blowing on olive oil. In case of using all these supplements, make the intention, may Allah cure this jinn from the problem of Satan. Protect him. May he not be able to attack again in the future. Etc., etc. 4th. Recite these du'as 100 times after Fajr. Do the dhikrs with as much attention as possible. La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika Allah, lahul mulk wa lahul hamd, wa huwa ala kulli shayin qadir. Apart from this, some other important things are 5. Recite Surah Yasin in the morning and Surah Mulk at night. If you do not know how to recite it, then listen to the recitation. If you have trouble sleeping or do not sleep properly at night, you can listen to the ruqyah of 8 surahs before going to bed. 6. To avoid the attacks of Satan again, Do the Masnoon deeds every morning, evening, and before going to bed very seriously. Do it every day, even if it is a little. Never skip it. Girls should do the Masnoon deeds on time during their periods. Do not neglect them. Masnoon deeds mean acts of protection, such as reciting Surah Ikhlas, Falak, and An-Nas, sleeping after performing ablution, reciting Ayatul Kursi before going to bed, etc. Link given later. 7. Develop the habit of saying Bismillah in all good deeds, including eating, entering the house, changing clothes. 8. Recite Surah Baqarah once every 3 days at home. If you cannot recite it yourself, have someone else do it. If you are completely unable to do it, play the audio and listen to it. Continue this practice regularly for a few months. 9. You should not neglect any obligatory worship. No matter how difficult it is, you should pray at the right time. If the patient is a girl, she should wear a veil according to the provisions of Sharia. And if she is a man, she should always pray in congregation. Until the problem improves, do not sleep alone at night if possible. If you are suitable for marriage, get married as soon as possible. 10. Avoid unlawful activities such as singing, dramas, and movies. Associate with good people and leave the company of bad people.